and welcome to Mama Ruth's house. Today, we're going to be drying some herbs. My garden is almost ready to be put to bed for the year. It is probably got a few more weeks. It's got a few things that are still growing, but I have so many herbs that I thought this year I would try to dry some, and that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to use a technique that's in a brown paper bags for this, but I'm also going to be using my dehydrator, and we'll see which ones that we like better. I know that from what I've read, the larger leaf, like basil and mint and sage, do better in the dehydrator. So I'm going to try it both ways, and we'll see which way is better. And then we'll also, if you guys have any comments down in the bottom, which has worked, please put it down in the comments, which has worked best for you. And I'll just learn together. And I don't know everything, so for sure, it's nice to have your guys' input. So first, I'm going to take some of the basil. This is a Mexican basil, and then I have a regular basil in the back. I'm going to dry both. Since I have so much, and I've harvested a ton and used it for pesto, but you can see this plant is huge. So I'm going to get some of that. I'm just going to put my little tray down here as we prune some. And you just take it and prune it down to where there's two. So you just take it and prune it down to where there's two vines coming off, and then it'll come back up. I'm going to prune it kind of low. I'm also, because I'm going to be using my dehydrator as well, I'll come back and get more because I'm waiting for some trays to come in to do it with my dehydrator. And then we're going to, I have parsley right here. We'll do some parsley. I think parsley does better, from what I understand, in your dehydrator as well. So I'm just going to do a few sprigs of parsley. The dryer, we'll do it the method in the paper bags, and then we'll also do some in the method in the dryer, the dehydrator. This is rosemary. We're going to do some of those. So I'm just taking some of that. I don't want to take too much off the plant as it's still young. This one will grow throughout the winter. So then we have some mint over here. I don't know if you can see it. I'm just going to take a few sprigs off that. Mint gets crazy. It grows huge. I'm not going to do the flowers today for what we're doing here. And then we have the oregano over here. I wish you could smell it. It smells amazing. And then this is some sage. And then I'm also going to take and get some, we have some chives over here. So I'm going to get some chives. And some of this other parsley here, basil. So I'm going to take you down and show you a little bit of the garden. We haven't looked at the garden for a little bit. I've been out of commission for just a little while. So the garden, you can see how well everything is doing, but it is kind of the last few weeks of the garden. I have lots of peppers. We have a bunch of bell peppers coming. These are Anaheim. Then we have habanero. These are serrano. A few cucumbers still hanging in there. A few tomatoes hanging in there. I'll take you around to the other side. You can see this basil is huge as well. Oh, and here's some jalapeno peppers. You can see there's a lot on there. With our thyme, I'm going to put it in my salad spinner. I'm going to wash it off and then spin it dry, and then I'll show you what we're going to do next. And please, this is just the way I'm doing it. It's my first time doing it. If you have any ideas that work better, please let me know. But I'm going to try this out. I have a tray that I have put paper towels on, and I'm going to just spin this. I'm going to put you down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. And I'm going to spin it till it So I read about this online, how to do it, and so that's what I'm trying out. And like I said, if you guys have anything better, let me know, because I have a lot left I could do. Okay, so this looks pretty dry. Oh, maybe need a little bit more. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take the little sprigs, put them together I'm going to do 2 bags, and they will shrink down when they dry. Okay, so I'm going to take and tie them at the top. Just like this. And then we're going to put them in the bag. And I'm going to leave the strings out And then I'm going to tie, I guess I could tie it with that. No, I was going to hang it with that. Tie the top of the bag. And then we're going to hang them for a week or two. Check them periodically. Make sure that there's no mold. And I'm going to take and put a couple of holes in them. And then there you are. That's going to be our first bag. And I'm going to tie them, hang them on a string along in my dark room. So I'm going to do it like that. And I'm going to just do a couple of little holes in there. And do the same thing. So we're going to do that to each and every one of our herbs. I'm going to flip it around a little bit to get it good and dry. See, there's quite a bit of moisture left in there. That's coming out. And I'll try it for the next one. Okay, these are pretty good and dry. We're going to do the same thing. I'm going to make a couple of batches of, got a piece of dead something in there, leaf. We'll do a couple of batches of these as well. I think when I do it in my dehydrator, I'm going to do them, what the directions say is to just take them off the stems and do them on the leaf, just the leaves. So I will do that when we do it that way. And I'll be doing that soon. We'll show you that technique as well. I thank you guys for joining me. I know that I've been gone for quite some time. My husband was very ill. He's doing much better. Thank you very much. And I threw my back out, so I was not doing well. So, but now we're back. I'm back in it. I'm doing fine, and we're getting back to normal. I'm back to work. Well, I'm going to do this one like this so I can have it to tie. It's the basil. Put this in the bag. And we're just going to do that same thing. And I'm hoping this is going to be wonderful. We'll in this same video, I'll do it when it's done. I'll finish this video so that we can open them together. And you can see how it looks. Now, I don't know what you guys do. I was reading and it said that you shouldn't crush them up, but I was going to crush them up and put them in jars, but we'll see what you guys think too. This smells so good. I wish you guys could smell it. It smells amazing. I always say that we need to have smell-o-vision, huh? And I think if you have a lot to do, probably a big grocery bag would work better, but I didn't have one right now available, so we're going to do it this way. I pre-cut all these little strings. I'm going to have to probably cut some more. I didn't do enough. Again, I'm just making a little bow this time so I can check on them, cutting a few air holes in them. And we're going to put them away for a week and see how they look. All right. So we're trimming the oregano, getting it ready. I wish you could smell it. It really does smell just wonderful. It's all dry and perfect, ready to go in the bags. This looks like a lot, but as I said before, I don't use any pesticides on my garden. Put some air holes. My house smells so good. Okay. Now, I'm doing the parsley this way. I'm going to do it in the bag. I'm going to dry it, but I'm also going to make some I'm going to dehydrate it. Make a little bow so I can look at it in a week or so. Make sure it's not, get some air holes in there. Got another parsley bag for one more here. All right. Now next up we got our basil. And then again, I'm going to be doing the basil in my dehydrator as well. This is the Mexican basil. It smells the same to me. I don't know that's just what the little thing said. It smells the same as basil, so I don't know that if there's really a difference, or it's just it looks like it's a little pointier leaf. I pretty much use them interchangeably, and I have not had any issues. Get some air holes in there. But you're going to be coming along for the ride and see how it works out. Mint. I think I'm just going to do one bundle of rosemary. I love the smell of rosemary as well. And then we have a lot of mint. Mint is crazy in my garden. Cucumbers in some water. I bet that would be pretty tasty. And let it infuse. All right. Get some air holes. Okay. So we are done. I'll bring you back once I get them tied up and show you how I did it. Hello and welcome back. We are now going to be drying some of our herbs that we picked this morning and cleaned in our dehydrator. I'm put the other ones in the bag. We're going to see how those work, and we're going to compare the two once these get done to see which ones we liked the best, or which turned out, or which was easiest, or whatever, however that is. So I'm going to put you down so you could see what I have going on. I have my dehydrator here, and I am using the Nesco. I got this for a present one year, and I've only used it a few times. So the first layer, and I also, for herbs, I put a little mat underneath so the herbs don't, as they dry, go down in the bottom. So the first layer is basil, and that's then my second layer, I'm going to do some parsley. My third layer is going to be oregano. And then I have sage for the top, and we're going to see how this works comparatively to the way I did it the other way. So we're going to close this up and just set that right on top. And I am going to set it, says you can do it from 95. Oh, you're supposed to do it at 95. So it just a slow drying process. And we're going to plug it in, turn it on, and see how long it takes. I think it takes up to 20 hours. So we'll just I'm going to check it periodically. Got oregano. I'm going to put that in here. Again, I'm taking out any kind of stems. The one that we dried in the dehydrator first. Stems. Oh, it smells wonderful. The closet. That dried nicely. As well. parsley outside is crazy. After I cut it, it grew even more, so I have lots of parsley. And then you can see any stems that you can take out. That looks pretty good to me. And then I believe we just have chives, thyme, and rosemary remaining after this. And I only have one bag of rosemary and one bag of chives. We'll see how those work out. Now, on these, although it smells really good, I think I like how the dehydrator dehydrated the basil more than the bag technique. But it still smells really good. Yeah, I think I'm only going to have 2, maybe 3. Oh, it smells so good. Our first jar of basil. Chives, see how those came out. Well, I don't think that's, I don't know. They kind of look dried out and dead, but we'll see. I think I'll just cut them. I don't know. I'll try using them, and if not, then I will make sure that I tell you guys not to try that. I think you just use chives, not dried. But I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I can always cut them up more. see how our rosemary did. I think I'm going to crunch it up in here. Oh, it smells so good. I love the smell of rosemary. It came out so, smells so stinking good. So I think for the rosemary, I'm going to take it off there. My kitchen smells so good. This dried very well in the bag. Oh, my hands are smelling so good too. Just comes off the stems better when you do it backwards, like not the way it's growing, but the opposite. I think I'll just chop it up just a tad with the mortar pestle. My rosemary plant, after I've cut some off of it, now it's doing wonderful. And I remember several years I had rosemary. This is a new one because we just moved here this year. But it grows all year long. So I will have fresh rosemary. But now I have some dried. Get my mess going on, wipe out my... Now we have some time. Mint is another one that I believe grows all year round in our area. So I can use fresh mint for things, but some things call for dried. Get a lot of those stems out of there. Getting out the stems. That dried very nicely. I just wanted to try all of the herbs that I'm growing to see how they worked. And they seem to be doing okay. We'll see how they are in different recipes. And just chop that up a little bit, grind it up a little. And we got our mint. Thank you all for joining me. I know this is going to be kind of a long video. I'll edit a bunch out so you don't have to go through some of it that's redundant. And I want to thank you again. And you too can make your own herbs out of your herb garden and save them. Till next time, make a fantastic day. Thank you.